Boom. There you go.
We're here. Hello.
Put Ted in his correct place.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Yeah, we're a little bit late because generally we're just lazy. Yeah, we're here. Well, we're here at last. Welcome to eModels, eModels.co.uk. I think that's the website. So anyway,
has it been a while, Ted?
Welcome to the Monday night. And you may see, well, there's three of us on screen, but down here on my screen, we've even got Chris in voice.
We have. We've got a Christoph.
Hello, Chris.
Hello, and welcome to all of you to the Gross Models Show. Yay! Woo. I'm just visiting. I'm not going to be here for the entire show, but I'm here for a little while.
Our little cuddly chipmunk is with us.
Now the question is, are you wearing your Pikachu hat?
I shall not mention what I'm wearing.
That'll be a yes then.
It's got on costume, so I can wear whatever I like.
We're not quite all together yet. I suppose you could say there's 3.5 of us, but yeah.
Yeah, we do. 3.5 of us. That's pretty much all of us then, isn't it?
That's normal. Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. I'll behave now.
Yeah, so
cruel.
Yeah, Chris is at Wilco. Chris on a return to work program, so we're easing him in gently. So yeah,
he's on desk duty for now before he goes out again with his cycling and stuff.
Yeah. As for me, I've officially been told I'm losing my hearing, so I've got my earbud in. That's what this bit of cable is for, because my microphone's up there, and I've plugged my earbud into it so I can hear myself.
He's good, isn't he?
If you need to comment on anything in the comments for me, you'll have to shout, otherwise I won't be able to hear you.
Yeah, put it in big capitals. You'll never hear it otherwise.
Yeah, put it in bold.
Bold.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. So we weren't here last week because it was a bank holiday, and we're all full of chocolates and Easter eggs, and still finding Easter eggs hidden around where we didn't know we'd hidden them. So that's us. So I'll go across a minute back to the bench where I've been doing it a little bit on the excavator. I did some weathering while we've been away, and we'll look at that. Foxx is doing whatever he's doing.
He's good, isn't he?
Lord Croak.
Yeah. And Colin is doing...
I'm doing all the mini art stuff still, mate. Figures and chisel and drums and flesh and meat. Yeah, get me meat on the bench again.
Yeah, get your flash out. Flash tones, Ted.
So, Butcher. Look at the butcher.
Butcher.
I love that top.
It's a fat Valtteri Bottas, I've decided.
It's a what?
He's a fat Valtteri Bottas. He's a Formula One driver. He's a dead ringer, mate. If I show the artwork for the butcher, a lot of the Formula One people will say, "Here, that's Valtteri Bottas." He says, "Looking for the one with the butcher on it." Where's that gone? Where'd I put it?
This cable. People have said it's a charging cable that's going into here, which is probably quite right. I'll have to find a way of getting an extension and rerouting it somewhere.
There you go. Formula One fans, Valtteri Bottas, the butcher.
No idea at all.
Sure it's not your data cable, Ted.
So it's a week. It's another evening of mayhem, modelling, and questions and chat by yourselves. Ask us what you want. Usual sort of shenanigans going on, and we've got a giveaway this week, haven't we?
Yeah. Yep. Don't forget, folks, it's a show for eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop
for all your modelling needs.
How many of them, Cole?
All of them.
Yeah. So keep it clean in the chat. Do come and join the live chat, but keep it clean in the chat, please. No rude words and bad language. Please don't discuss other model retailers, because that wouldn't be cool. And if you're not in the chat, come and join it. Click the YouTube icon in the bottom right-hand corner and come and join the live chat while we hang out. We'll see if we can try and answer your questions.
If you're shy, you don't have to stop. You can say hello just to let us know you're there. So
Absolutely.
We are doing a giveaway later, but don't forget, it's the new style of giveaway where the prize is completely random. We have no idea what it will be.
Yeah, you get to win a thing that we have no idea what it is.
Yeah, so make sure to go to the eModels YouTube channel. This is show 285, I think. So go and find show 284. It'll have it in the title. And put your comment on there. It was a random comment, so just make a comment about something random or randomness.
Yeah.
It was.
And
Do we
on
ever
that,
find out what the prize
yeah.
is?
No,
yeah,
it's
when
completely
we
random.
package you up and put you in the box and they open it, and it's like, can you give Chris a home for 7 days?
Yeah, if you've got a hamster cage, it'll be fine. He'll fit in there.
Yeah, that
you've got a
might be
wheel,
the
even
prize. That could be the prize. You know, one of us gets sent your address. We turn up on your doorstep with a suitcase, and
Yeah.
Oh,
Get the
could you
fridge stocked.
imagine that? They open the door and I'm stood there and I go, right,
Get the kettle on.
how you doing, geese?
How you doing,
I've
kids? Get
come
the
to
kettle
sleep
on.
I've come to sleep on your couch for a week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God, my missus would be dancing a jig round the path, mate.
Oh, your missus would be well made up.
Oh, she'd be over the moon, mate.
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah, if you could put up with one of us for a week, yeah, you've won your prize.
Yeah, it's like winning Dusty Bin, Ted, isn't it? And no one wants the booby prize.
They just
look-
want the speedboat.
Absolutely.
Look at what you could have won.
Yeah.
Does that mean we have to choose the winner depending on where in the country or where in the world they are? Where
Yeah.
we particularly want to go, they definitely win.
Yeah, because obviously if Ted goes abroad, he could just sail there, couldn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
Where do you reckon he'd end up, though?
Hello, Pete. This week's winner is in Arizona. Are you sending me a ticket?
Hello, Pete. This week's winner is again in the Seychelles. Again. Can I just stay there? I'll just stay here, mate.
Scale Model Chaos says, I don't have enough gin to house Ted for a week.
Nobody has enough gin to house Ted for a day, never mind a week.
Exactly. But, yeah, a few people in the chat there. We got Jackie in. We got Jeff Light in. We got Anders Ericsson, Dorcosaurus. We got Keith, Dave Cardboard.
Dave Cardboard. That's been a while, Dave. Cardboard.
Yeah, Anders. Andy Preston, Bill Legg says, you'll be happy to know my big boy has been stowed away and I won't be penetrating this live stream. Now I'm really worried. That's LWM Models. Steve's in, saying hello. Paul's in, Scale Modelling Chaos, saying hello, as is Phil Lewis. Anyone I've forgotten, I do apologise for. We've got Vernon's Cave just popped in, saying hello. And people are saying that he's a dead ringer for Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah.
God, that was quick, wasn't it, getting that chat done? That's almost,
Just get through it, through and through.
almost
And
professional.
don't forget, I've got the hammer, so if you finish the thing, you can get a ding. And you've had
Give us a
plenty of
test
time
ding,
off
Ted.
because it's
Give us a
been
test ding.
bank holiday.
There you go.
That works. Yeah, and it hurts. But hurts.
So if you finished the thing in the last, couple of weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
3 weeks? Let Ted know.
So what have you been doing? Don't forget as well, there's the Facebook page as well, Scale Modelmaking. We'll be featuring some pictures in the next week or so.
Next time we're on. Yeah.
So if you've been doing things, get it posted on the Facebook page and you might feature on the next show.
Oh, yeah, gallery show.
Do a bit of gallery-ness, can't we? Do that once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, we must be due for a gallery.
Yeah.
Do we have that music like from Vision On? What was it?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, Vision On, Ted. That's showing your age there, man.
I'm impressed, mate. Vision On reference was made.
Tony Hart, Vision On. Yeah, now we'll go across. Now we'll go across and look at your pictures for this week. We're sorry, but we can't return any.
Send your pictures to Vision On, London Television Centre, BBC Television Centre, London W12, 8QT. Everyone knows that postcode.
Yeah, it was the same one for Blue Peter, wasn't it?
It was the same one for all of them.
BBC Television Centre.
In the day, eh?
What else? I saw something else the other day that was a blast from the past as well. I thought, that'll go down well for a blast from the past on eModels, and I forgot what it was. It'll come to me. Don't worry, it'll come to
Be
me.
an old Airfix kit, probably knowing you, Ted.
Go off air, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll just give in the buttons and say, go on, back on you go. Explain to the viewers.
Bobbins has finished a Tamiya Sky Raider, and its belly.
Nice.
Yeah, don't forget its belly and bench as well. Its belly was fish and chips, chips and flips. The bench is empty as he's going on holiday soon. So for the finished Sky Raider, now
Where are you going on holiday? You need to tell. You can't just say you're going.
Yeah, where you go? Tell us. We need to know.
Yeah.
Are you
Like
there
pizza,
yet?
we need to know all the details.
yeah, are we there yet?
Are you sending us pictures?
We need to know all the things.
All of the things, all of them.
All of them.
Have you got your bikini sorted and everything else? We don't want to see pictures of that.
Scale modding chaos, belly, spicy chicken and tomato and chorizo sauce and rice. Bench,
nice.
some paper while he's planning his World War One trench diorama. Always good in the planning. Yes, always good to plan.
Oh, yes.
I don't usually plan things like that. I just make it up as I go along and think that hasn't worked. I'll start again.
Yeah.
I've done that on a few occasions and I end up with very long, narrow builds.
You do like your long narrow builds, don't you?
It never intentionally starts off that way. It just seems to always be the end result.
He's got a shelf full of models that fit perfectly on the shelf.
Really? I've done it again.
Bob, the Vision on Tune, says Dave Cardboard, is called Left Bank 2.
Oh, really?
I must Google that.
Yeah.
Other search
like a bit of
engines are
vision.
available.
What us younger kids would say would call Take Heart, of course.
The Bobbins is going to a country with lots of crime, wine, funny accents, and big sharks.
What? So he's coming up north? Cool.
He's coming over here. He's coming to the UK.
He's coming to Manchester. Apart from the Sharks bit. Well, there is a rugby team or something.
Not many sharks.
Yeah, you never know what's in the Manchester Ship Canal.
There is a
never
sports
know.
ball team called the Sharks.
Well, I tell the kids at work that the Lake Windermere used to be full of sharks, but the crocodiles ate them.
All these traumatised kids now walking around.
Don't put your hands in the water.
It's like, do you want to go on the Lake Windermere ferry? No.
Yeah, no, that man with a boat.
Oh, I'm having a bath tonight.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Never having a shower again.
Yeah.
Jacqueline says belly was sausage casserole with mixed veg. Oh, mixed veg, sounding very healthy. And
Cheers.
mashed potatoes. Beverage was a coffee.
Sausage casserole for ages. We used to go to Iceland. Other supermarkets are available, and get their family-sized sausage casserole, which is like a 300-litre metal tin with sausage casserole. You bang in the oven for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was like family size, which meant it was just enough for me.
That sounds about right for you, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was trying to do last time. I remember last time I was trying to start and build a flashing light for this digger, but I've lost it.
Digger, building all the lights and things.
Digger.
Flashy.
Found it. Yeah, so
I'm just adding some dark
it was
bits to these stone parts. I've done a mix of green shades and stuff, and now I'm just putting a bit of, what is it called? Black Templar contrast paint. Thin down a little bit. Just to darken the ends. It's fun so far, this build.
You're enjoying it, aren't you?
Yeah, it's all organic, which means I can just fettle around, and it doesn't matter if it's not quite as neat. I'm looking forward to painting Croak. He looks like a cantankerous old thing.
as you could probably tell, I sort of, when I'm building, or particularly when I'm painting or weathering and things like that, I'll hop around and do bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Weather one bit, and then I'll get bored of that and move on to something else.
Don't get bored then, do you, Ted?
Yeah.
Nope. You heard it here, folks. Ted uses a wombat.
Don't want to know what you use it for.
Special techniques.
But wombats don't have any flesh tones.
It depends what you're doing. Where the skill comes in, Chris.
That was it. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I've come over all of quiver now. Someone said the word skills. It's like, no. Don't include me in your shenanigans.
I've heard tell of them, but I don't know.
Your skill-based shenanigans. How very dare you? Dee.
I'm not sure if this is working, but no, we'll persevere.
Not going to develop skills because then all you can do is make shiny cars then.
So when's the next bank holiday? We've just had Easter, May Day.
Beginning of May.
No, to be honest with you.
Is your drinks cabinet on a bank holiday timer, Ted, or something? When's the next one? When's it going to open? Oh, I wish I hadn't done this now. It's like, why did we get this lock on
it? Keith, belly, roast chicken, spuds, and mixed veg. Oh, right, same as Jacqueline had mixed veg.
Oh,
beverage,
nice.
Beverage, coffee, bench. Finally got the room sorted after the house move, and now working on a Tamiya Brumba. Pumba?
Timon?
Whatever a Brumba is, it's got a good name.
Isn't there just a bar in Birmingham?
Right.
That was Brumbayar, wasn't it?
I'm sure you did that.
I'll get me coat.
You should. I think it would be best. I know my limits, that's why I'm staying quiet.
Well, that's a first.
Hey. I see what you did there.
You're clearly
He
ill.
stayed quiet once before. I think he might have been asleep.
Yeah, it was the last eclipse, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Next bank holiday is May the 6th, just after Star Wars weekend. Yeah, May the 4th. Yeah. I get that now.
Yeah.
It took me a couple of years to get that, but
Really? Oh, bless.
So
Have we got any Americans in? Did you see the eclipse?
Was that
I think we could see it in this country, but you had to be way on the west coast.
It was a partial as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
only
very
a partial
from
one.
here, but it was an absolute total one from in New York, apparently.
Oh, yeah. I looked at the coverage map and it was basically, there was a line, and on about 20 metres from the line was my house. So, yeah, we didn't get to see it here. I was like,
Sounds
oh.
about right.
I couldn't see anything. Couldn't see anything anyway because it was raining.
You could see a partial eclipse every day. Just get a paper plate and hold it up and look at the sun.
Or just eat a bit of a Jaffa cake.
Yeah.
Full moon, half moon,
There
totally
you go.
eclipse. See what I did there?
I did.
Kid of the 90s. Well, I wasn't a kid of the 90s. I was a grown-up adult in the 90s, but you know.
We improvised, we adapted, and we overcome in the 70s. We made our own eclipses.
Yeah.
Blue Peter showed us how.
Yeah, how to make a star with a toilet roll.
Yeah. How to make an advent crown with 4 coat hangers.
Make a star with a toilet roll. Or Keith Harris, as we like to call him.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
No, a bit of black paint. Let's try this out.
Very careful with this. It's a bit wibbly wobbly.
You're wibbly wobbly.
Well, thank you very much. I do my best. I do try. Go away, flying creature. I've got a flying creature hassling me while I'm trying to paint.
Right.
It's tiny but annoying. We've all known someone like that.
Oh,
I was going to say something, but then I thought I wouldn't.
What I need to do now is just doing a bit of painting even.
Kate's
little
belly
bit of
was
painting.
roast chicken, spuds and mixed veg, beverage, coffee. Bench finally got the room sorted after the house move. I think this was read out, wasn't it? Because it's the
think it
broom
was read
bar. Yeah, I'm just going to sit here and paint and not bother.
Can you redeem yourself by knowing what a broom bar is?
No,
No,
I'm not saying nothing anymore.
I'm not saying nothing at all. No. Oh, bless you.
Yeah, what's a broom bar?
I think he's ignoring you, Ted.
What was that?
Either that or he's Googling it.
Who's ignoring him? What, me? Chris?
You.
I'm not doing anything. What?
Me? I didn't know I was spoken to.
There's an echo in here. Yeah, I do apologise if I miss anything because I can't hear it.
That's all right, mate. You're all right, Ted. Don't worry.
I'm just guessing what people are saying half the time.
My wolf does that.
It does get really embarrassing when you go out and you can't hear anything.
It's when you blurt something out thinking that's what people have said and it bears no resemblance to the conversation.
Yeah, and they look at you, they look back at you with open eyes, thinking,
Yeah. H goes, oh, you deaf old duffer. She goes, it's like, yeah.
"What's he on about?"
Mama Wolf has this thing, right, where she'll be sat there with the headphones on listening to the telly. And you'll say something to her. And she'll sit there and she'll look at you. She'll say it again.
The other
she'll
thing
sit
is,
there and look at you.
Yeah.
And then she'll take her headphone off. It's like, why didn't you just do that the first time you realised that I said something? Oy.
a
Go on,
broom
Ted, sorry.
bar is a variant of a German World War II tank based on the Panzer IV chassis.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Now we know.
Chris, there's another problem. When you've been away from the bench a couple of times, remember I said that paint dries up and oil and things. You can't get the lids off either.
Oh, yeah. Trying to get lids off oil paints is always fun.
Yeah, I think I go and ask the wife if she'd get the lid off this for me.
The worst thing with oil paints is getting lid off something's easy unless the thing that's got the lid on it is soft and squishy and you don't want it to explode. It's like, I can't. Then it becomes a problem.
Oh yeah, oil paint tubes. Try to get the top off them, and the whole tube twists.
Yeah. I got a tube of super glue like that. It's like if I carry on twisting it, it is going to just end up like a bit of string.
My friend, many, many years ago, he couldn't get this tube of super glue open, so he tried to open the lid with his teeth.
Oh.
When I phoned the local hospital to say, what should we do about this guy who's just got a load of super glue in his mouth, they were like, well, call him a plank and tell him to actually literally wash his mouth out with soapy hot water.
Yeah.
I said, the hospital says I'm to call you a plank. Like, yeah, thanks for that. And plank wasn't the word they used, by the way.
No, you clean that up quite a lot because I've heard the story before and it's like, that ain't what he was called.
Yeah. Other words may have been used in place of the word plank.
Yeah, if they could print what happens in A&E and what turns up and presents itself at A&E. Yeah,
I had the privilege, Ted. I was in hospital for just under 18 months. And I had the privilege of seeing the paramedic file. And it was basically a stash of x-rays of things that people had done. I won't go into detail other than that. But, yeah, it was quite a what's the word, comedic file that they all shared amongst themselves.
Yeah, there's the files for public release and the files for non-public release.
Yeah.
Right. I'm now going to try my new paint stirrer. This can go one of two ways. I could dip it in there and then everything gets covered in orange paint.
Oh, make sure you put it right at the bottom, mate. About a millimetre from the bottom, Ted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, and switch it off when it's right at the bottom as well, mate.
No, pull it out while it's on. They got to stir the stuff at the top.
Yeah, don't play out.
That was a good curry,
don't
Ted.
play, yeah.
We'll have a polka dot Ted in a minute, won't we? You can see it.
This could have a great comedic effect.
It's like, did you spill your paint? No, I'm just dotted so you can follow me easily.
Yeah. They'll be going, you had chicken pox, sir?
Yeah, people won't be able to see them in it as the camera gets splattered in orange paint.
It's like playing a video game when you get shot. Ooh, look, spatter effect.
Yeah, good old Ted. Don't ever change, Ted.
Super match game. Boom. Ted's making little vibrating noises. Does that mean he's getting excited about something?
Yeah, I did try this in some. What did I try it in? Yeah, it was a wash, and it had all solidified in the bottom, and paint stirrers just won't handle that.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of spillage.
Toast.
Yeah, nothing we can't live with.
Mm-hmm. I must get one of them little zizzy paint stirry vibrating things.
They are
keep
good.
me to get one. Yeah, keep me to get one.
They are good, but yeah. The amount of people I've seen using them and they lift it up whilst it's still on, and it's like, yeah, you didn't want to do that.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
You don't
Are they better than the ones that just shake the whole pot?
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little rubbery thing, isn't it? You just plop the pot on it, it goes bzzz, I think.
Yeah, I've got one just there, the Vortex shaker.
Vortex shaker. Do. I'm sure eModels have some in stock of whatever they are. If not, ask them to get some for you. You can acquire anything you desire. Well, in terms of model making, anyway.
Your one-stop shop for all your model making needs.
Yeah.
I did get this from eModels, by the way. It was about, I think it was £8.
Jolly
Yeah.
good. You're on brand, aren't you, Ted? You're always on brand.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah. Ted, on brand and on fleek. Wait, what? Even I don't remember what fleek was.
What we got going on in the chat? Anders said an old news blooper from the US. A man came to the hospital with plastic horses stuck where we can't mention. Later, hospital said his condition was stable. I see what you did. See what you did.
One of the websites I read, I think it's either Kotaku or one of the Gorka websites. They always every year at some point have like, here's last year's top 10 most things we were putting into our bodies last year, and it's like and then there was like top 10 ER nightmare stories that they found from places. And then
funniest one I saw was my mate is a paramedic, and he showed me an x-ray of a perfectly expanded Winfield plimsolls. You remember the ones with the little elastic sides?
Oh yeah, I remember them.
Someone was home alone, and let's just say the plimsoll reached the parts other plimsolls rarely reach. There it was on x-ray for all to be seen.
Did someone kick him while they were wearing it?
Oh mate, honestly, I was pretty impressed with that. The Hot Wheels and fire engine as well, that was a good one.
It's more. I don't know what's more mortifying for the person though. The thought that they've done that, or the thought they've got to go and actually admit to another human being that they've done that because they need help.
They had one where they brought in a couple. They were romantically attached, should we say? Mm-hmm. We all know the science behind that. Yeah. But as they was wheeling them across or down the corridor, they could hear a slightly dull buzzing noise. Yeah. Suffice to say, it was,
Interesting night on the ENR that night.
Oh, mate, can you just imagine it?
Yeah. Stories they must take home.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Scary.
Probably one of the highlights of the job is given all the nonsense and trauma they have to deal with. Stuff like that is probably their it's the stuff that makes the job worth it to them. But yeah, that kind of makes it worth it.
Oh. Oh, to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah. It must be even worse if you get yourself into that situation, but you're not the kind of person, you have to rely on somebody else to actually take you to the hospital.
Yeah.
because then
Well, I
you've
don't
got to
think
tell
you really
your...
want to be driving yourself to hospital in any of those
Well, yeah.
situations.
Then you've got to rely on your mother, father, or significant other, or brother or sister. It's like you can't get away. You're like, yeah, this is the thing that happened.
I used to spend quite a bit of time during a night shift in A&E.
We don't need to know this story, Ted.
Yeah, we used to go. We used to go up and spend some time, sort of keeping the nurses safe and chatting and having a cup of tea. And you'd be surprised when something comes into the hospital that's worth seeing, and the telephone calls go around the hospital.
Oh yeah.
The number of people that come down carrying files and bits of paper or medical equipment that just need to go into that cubicle just to replace some files. Or
I must go in there and check the plug socket.
Yeah.
I've got a replacement paperclip for the thing.
Yeah. I've got some tissues for cubicle 5. Just go and replace them.
I've come to have a look for my research paper. You're one of the cleaning staff.
Well, as a patient, it's when the entire ward empties of all nurses and assistants. You know someone has been brought in that type of situation because they're gone.
Yeah.
It's like
they're off to see
something.
People in. There's only one reason they leave people in medical need, and that's because there's something hilarious.
And you could just hear the cackle from the nurses' station. Here, have you seen this? Because it gets emailed all round the hospital, doesn't it? It's like,
Oh, yeah.
We will sort you out. We just need to take some pictures for our files.
Yeah.
Imagine just being the just knowing that you are that you will now be the subject of many stories, and not just from the people that were there, but you'll also be discussed when people are doing training. You'll be one of the examples given. It's like, oh man.
The bobbin says eModels, your one-stop shop for all your embarrassing anatomical needs.
Yeah, get it.
Modelmaking Carl Sagan is in the chat saying, "I Fester Fox, Skipper Ted, disembodied voice of Chris, and all in chat. He's just viewed a total solar eclipse even, which was probably the most stunning thing I've ever seen in my life." There you go.
In honour of our Carl Sagan, natural selection has served as a kind of intellectual sieve, producing brains and intelligence is increasingly competent to deal with the laws of nature. There you go.
I just wondered if seeing the solar eclipse is actually like spooky.
Yeah. What I want to know, Jeff, is did you narrate it to your audience as it was happening?
We did have one here about 20 years ago, didn't we?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That was quite impressive.
Yeah, but then it got privatised.
It was the first one I'd ever seen. I remember it, I
don't think I've actually ever seen one, which is a shame, because I'd love to see one.
Well, he was pretty lucky down south, because it kind of went up the M3, M4 corridor. You probably saw it better than I did, Chris, because it would have been right overhead for you, wouldn't it?
It was pretty much perfect as far as I remember. I've got some pictures somewhere, but yeah. Yeah. Right. I'm going to call that a night tonight.
Not a problem, mate.
I shall try and return next time or the time after or sometime around there. At some point I shall return.
Not a problem,
properly.
mate. Love to Gemma. And
big hugs to Gemma.
Rest of your family, mate, yeah.
Indeed. I shall pass them all along.
Yeah, and before you go, happy anniversary for earlier in the week too.
Thank you very much for that. Yes, indeed.
Yes,
my wedding
anniversary month, isn't it, this month?
Oh. Happy bon anniversaire, as it is.
Yeah.
That's not really
right. So thank you all. Everybody watching, stay around to the end because there's that giveaway that they're going to do.
Yeah, you can win something.
That. And if you do win, let us know what you won.
Yeah, because we need to know because we don't have a clue.
Yeah, we won't know either. That's the best bit.
Yeah. So thank you all. Good night.
Care, Chris.
See you all soon.
Ta-ra, mate.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Chris.
Chris will be returning to us eventually in the coming weeks. He's not gone forever, don't panic. He will be coming back to us.
The new improved Chris.
Yeah. He'll have bionics and things. He might not, of course.
Oh, I know I might work with this. I'll be back in a minute if I don't hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries, Ted. Yeah.
So what you fettling with there, Cole?
I'm painting Helen's head, mate.
Helen's head.
Yeah, I was just reaching across to the paint store. I'm just trying to make.
I'm so in the doghouse, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah, I mean that in the best possible way, but yeah, kind of in the doghouse, aren't I?
You like being in the doghouse. You seem to continually
I'm
return
trying to get
yourself
out
to
of the
it.
good books, mate, but I have tried everything in my repertoire, and I'm still in there, mate.
Is it getting a bit unsettling now that you're constantly in the... Are you getting a bit unnerved
It
by
is,
it?
yeah,
Like,
I really am unnerved. Of course, we've got our anniversary coming up next week, so yeah, it's...
You just naturally... I'll assume that's Ted vibrating a paint.
I'm hoping that's what is going on.
Yeah.
I'm actually too frightened to look up at me monitor, mate.
Well, I knew it was one of the two of you, sir.
No, I'm just painting me meat, mate. Painting the model. No matter how I word it, it always goes wrong, doesn't it? It's like
Yeah, there's no easy way to get around that one.
there isn't, is there? I'm painting the chicken at the moment.
That just seems even worse.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave it there, I think, didn't you? I painted me sausage. Dear, oh dear. So
Are we back to the anatomical stories?
We are, Ted. Yeah, we've been 5.5 again, mate.
Hey, nothing wrong being 5.5.
I love being 5.5. It makes my day. I'm happy.
Although it's better to be 7.5 because you know some more things than you do when you're 5.5.
Yeah, I'm
You know a
happy.
lot
I've
more
got
words.
all the points, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
Been a good boy.
Done. I shall let that dry for a bit, so I shall keep an eye on chat while I'm waiting for that to dry.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Let's have a look.
Have you some of that, my son? Ah.
I heard of someone using a frozen sausage somewhere and it defrosted and snapped in half. Says Scale Modelling Chaos. What's the difference between a Tamiya paint skimmer and an egg whisk? About 20 quid. Says Dave Cardboard. Where are we? LWM says a soft, squishy explosion is just a byproduct of getting old. This is true.
Pretty much, Bill. Yeah.
Ted will look like he murdered someone.
Yeah, it's going to look like he's been killed by Dexter.
Yeah. If Sasha says if this goes wrong, Ted is going to look like an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
And I've done that one. As I suffer from the occasional fall, I'm always weary around vacuum cleaners. They'll never believe I did actually fall on it, says LWM.
Yeah.
Pays to be conscientious. Say hi to Jeff. Is Ted not the most stunning thing you've ever seen? Says Lee to Jeff, because he says the most stunning thing he's ever seen. Ted's moustache is the most stunning thing.
Ted's moustache is up there, isn't it? It's yeah.
Full of clips of Ted's moustache. A once in a lifetime.
Ted's got a better moustache than Tom Selleck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 60 years, man and boy, I've had this moustache.
Yeah.
He's
That
had it
could
when he
tell
was
a few
born.
stories, Ted, couldn't it, eh?
His moustache was born with Ted.
Yeah, I was born with a moustache. This moustache has been places where I haven't.
Let's just move on from that one quickly.
I'm really getting quite worried where this is going.
Yeah. Dave Cardboard says, don't eclipses cause triffids to hatch? Am I safe to go out to the bins? No, you're never safe
I'd
to go out to the
stay
bins.
inside, mate.
Jeff says to Ted, yes, it was spooky about the eclipse. The sky darkened considerably and the contrast between the blackness of the moon against the solar corona was much greater than I'd expected. It was spectacular.
Yeah, when the old corona kicks in, it is exceptional, isn't it? It blows your mind.
Corona, isn't that something that was sold by the
Yeah.
Bottle Base?
used to get 10p a bottle, didn't you, back then?
Yeah.
Deposit.
That's when you used to get the pop man on his truck and the grumpy 15-year-old on the back.
All the kids used to come out of nowhere. No one had any bottles outside their house because we'd all go around and acquire them for the Corona Man.
Oh, yeah. Let's have a look. Sasha says, wow, Colin, you love living on the edge, don't you, with those sorts of comments? And then he says, that sounds very wet.
I do. Yeah, I would say I'm not incredibly brave. I'm just incredibly stupid because she does watch the live streams.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Well,
I've
it's
been
a fine
caught
line,
out
though, isn't it?
many a time.
It's a fine line, bravery and stupidity.
Yeah.
You have to consider a lot of things. 22 years happily divorced this year for me, says LWM.
We've got our 35th anniversary on, oh God, when did I get married? The 14th.
35 years ago.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh. Keith says, Colin, you only have to remember 2 words. Yes, dear.
Exactly that, mate. But I got put in the good books twice because the other week we was having a chat on the Frolic and I was being all romantic and everything, and apparently she was the other side of the door, and I had this text message going, see, somewhere in that dark void of a husk there is a semblance of romance.
Yes, you were being all effusive with your appreciation of your dear wife.
Yeah, and I just turned around and said perhaps I'd taken too many of the meds.
Yeah.
She's like, don't spoil it, fat boy. All right.
Jeff says, Fester, dope, I missed the opportunity to narrate as it was happening. I didn't uneloquently scream out, wow, though.
Good, that'll do me.
James, JC Biggs and Builds is in. He says, evening, Colin, Foxx, Ted, and all in chat. Hey, James.
Hello, James.
Tissue. My black, whatever it was, dry, so I can dry brush over it.
Yeah, how are you, James? This
Do
isn't
more chat, people, because I can't do anything else at the minute.
Yeah, this isn't the final flesh colour. So, this is just a base, just basing me meat. No matter how I word it, it just gets worse, doesn't it?
When do you get to put your meat on the table?
My meat is on the bench, mate. I've got a big no, I'm not saying it. I'm just going
Does it look bigger on the bench? And when it's finished, how is your meat displayed?
It's going to be pushed along on old Botash's truck, mate.
It's got wheels, has it?
Yeah, he's got a meat truck. Yeah. It's all looking rather bright fleshy at the moment, but it's got to have all the different bits done on it yet.
Yeah, dull your meat down, boy. Dull your meat down. Now, don't forget, folks, eModels, your one-stop shop for all your model making needs. Lots of good stuff in store. They've had lots of good stuff come through in the last week or so.
Yes.
So do make sure to go and check out the What's New section. We've got the What's in Store tonight, and I'll be presenting a random selection of stuff that I picked out from the new stuff in stock. So
there you go.
Look and see.
Got that to look forward to.
Yeah, always make sure you keep an eye on the new section.
Yeah.
Because you never know. They try and put as much stuff as they can on the Facebook page when it comes in, but they can't put everything because they might have 500 things come in and they can't sit there doing Facebook posts all day. At some point, James has to go and make a terrible cup of coffee, so
Pot and kettle.
Well, yeah. Hey, the one
If you
thing I
haven't
don't do is
already,
make a bad cup of coffee.
Yeah, if you haven't already, you can subscribe to the eModels newsletter, and then every few days, particularly on a Saturday,
I always forget about that.
You get first-hand information about what you do in store.
I get my emails, and they're very informative as well, folks.
Yeah.
All the links on there for pre-ordering and all of that lot. So, yeah.
Look at the camera, thank you.
It's ideal for me because I don't always go in. So getting the email, it's like, well, I'll go and have a looky-loo because, yeah.
I shall have a look at this with my face of looking. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Dry brush required. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee. I need a dry brush, but I need something a bit stiffer than my god hands, so I should go through my eModels, my Games Workshop brushes. I have.
Colin has a trolley to push his meat round. Apparently, it can't just be carried by hand. You've been on the phone to H, haven't you?
Yeah. It's just getting worse, isn't it?
It is.
At this rate, YouTube will be taking money off Pete, mate. Right, what's that one there? Is that a dry brush? That's a detail brush. I need a nice stiff one. Right, let's
just get this all slacked on.
I need a nice work.
Just tried to give my flashing light that I'm trying to make a bit of a a sheen. So some
Oh, right, yeah.
Lamenter's yellow.
Oh, that's lovely stuff, that, Ted. Lovely stuff, Lamenter's yellow. It doesn't exist anymore, sadly. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I will make it available. An empty pot for beginner. What, £5 beginner?
Yeah.
An empty pot beginning at £5.
If anybody wants some Lamenter's yellow, you can make it with some ironed and yellow contrast paint.
Don't tell them that.
All right. And some other ingredients that I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, I was just about to say I made my own, but you beat me to it, Foxx.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, some ironed and yellow. And did you use contrast medium, or what did you use?
I used Lamia medium, dear.
Lamia medium, yeah. Make your own.
I actually used Vallejo game ink.
Ooh.
Because it gives a nice crisp colour.
Yeah, any basically strong, transparent yellow.
Yeah.
I love
I have
Lamenter's yellow.
Lamenter's yellow. Weight Watcher green. I've even got my own colour. You'll like this. The movie buffs out there. Clockwork orange.
We like that one.
Gets in.
Yeah, I like. You get 10 points for that.
Yeah. So,
If you don't know what we're talking about, the Games Workshop used to do a load of almost like inks, but they were called them glazes, but they don't do them anymore. Sadly.
No.
Contrast paint came out; they replaced them. So.
And after many recipes that were tried, that's what I settled on because it gives a nice rich tone.
You're a rich tone.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look. I cannot find parchment paper in my local supermarkets. Where do you get it from? How can I put this? If you can ask eModels.
Site named after a river.
Yeah. Ask around at eModels. If you've got the Army Painter wet palette, doesn't come with scaving on it. Army Painter sell their own sponges and palette papers. They're in stock at eModels, I think.
Yes.
But if you made your own wet palette, then yes. If eModels can't get you some, check out the place named after the river. Colin, have we done that one? I'm guessing from where the combo's going, there's no one at eModels tonight with their finger on the abort button. They never have their finger on the abort button.
Dave Carbon, have a look for parchment paper. Have a look in a sewing shop. Ask them for. Can't think of the name of it now. But yeah, that's where my wife gets it from, a sewing shop.
Yeah.
Also in like bakery supply places as well.
Yeah, bakery supplies. I can't think of what they call it.
Cookie, but make sure it's not grease proof, and make sure it's not foil sided, because neither of those are useful for you.
Yeah, some of it comes as sold as non-stick. That's not the sort. Yeah, that's not the sort of stuff you want.
If it says it's grease proof or anything, don't use that.
Yeah, freezer paper. That's what they call it. If you go in a sewing shop and ask them for freezer paper, you'll get parchment paper.
But before you do all that, give the guys at eModels a shout and ask them if they can get some obvs before we get in trouble. Right, that needs to be that colour. I missed completely. Fantastic. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Going to any 1970s classroom and ask for tracing paper. God, I remember tracing paper when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I remember finding it in a shop once and my mind was blown.
I can remember coming across the old plastic school PVA spatulas in the shop. It was like, so got to get me a stack of them.
I've just, in my brain now, I've just remembered. It sounds really, it's hard to explain it, but I've just remembered what it felt like to be given tracing paper to use at school, because it was like one of those things when you're a ked that it made your brain just go.
Did you used to put it on your bottom lip and make that humming noise? Bit like a Blair's heart, yeah.
Yeah. Used to do it with blades of grass as well.
Yeah.
If at playtime we're allowed on the field rather than on the playground.
Do a couple of blows on the blade of grass and spend 5 minutes rubbing your lip because it was tickling.
Your lip zizzed for about an hour. do. Crafting with Jacqueline says it's called baking sheets. Yeah, just make sure they're not greaseproof or foil lined.
Yeah, I just got a big roll of it from the river.
Yep. But it's if I would recommend getting an actual wet palette, because I've got the Army Painter one and that comes with its sheets. And I cut them in half because I don't use a full sheet all the time. So. Right, I'm still waiting for this to dry so I can do my dry brushing. So put lots of things in chat I can read out because I'm stuck at being a chat dolly at the minute.
Oh, Whippлекins.
Yeah. I can't wait to get that fabulous hat onto Lord Croak. Oh, fabulous hat, look at that. He's so grumpy looking.
So easily pleased, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's a good idea. It's raining outside.
Well, I've got a factoid loaded up if anyone wants one.
Ooh, yeah, go for it. Go on.
If you want a factoid in the chat, I know Bobbins is in. He asked me last time, but I've got one loaded up. If you want it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Tidy up to you, folks.
LWM says, remember volunteering to do the copies on the mimeograph or the mimeograph, the purple smelly copier, because it was always the supply cupboard and you would get high on the fumes. Oh, yeah, I remember that. The Bander machine, it was called.
Oh, yeah, when you used to print in purple or something like that, lilac.
And you'd always know when they came to, when they'd done like the limit of how many could it do, because the text would kind of disappear off the side of the page. Yeah.
Is that the one I wanted? Pardon me.
Steady now.
I can remember spending hours using microfiches. Do you remember them?
Never used one.
Yes.
You know what I've just remembered?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, you used to get these packs, right, of dry rub transfers.
Yeah.
And you used to get like a little piece of card with a scene on it, I remember one of them was like a warehouse type industrial park, like 1940s kind of like warehouse dockyard.
Yeah.
And you'd get the sheet of dry rub transfers with like gangsters and policemen on it or whatever. It might be astronauts and things like that.
Yeah.
And the whole point was you just simply apply these dry rub transfers onto the card background and make a scene. Do you remember that?
Certainly do, mate. Sit there, wouldn't you? And you'd peel it off and some of it would come off with the backing paper, so back down you would go. Give it another little rub in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
That sounded wrong. I'm on about the transfer.
Not you mean. Sasha says, anyone got any suggestions on the best way to make wet-looking mud for a diorama? It's for my World War I trench. What's that? Is it AK's wet mud? The big
you can get wet mud. You can actually get wet mud from AK. But I was thinking if you're doing it on trying to make a whole surface, it can work out quite expensive. You could perhaps do it and coat it in like a gloss.
Yeah, gloss varnish is all I've usually done.
Varnish. Yeah. I'll just reach over to my shelf of paints and see if I've got some.
Yeah, I've got some fresh mud, dark mud.
Yeah, basically they're just texture paints. So some of them are glossy and some of them are matte, but if it's a matte paint.
Yeah, give you a bit of a wet look. But 9 times out of 10, a detail brush and some gloss varnish and you can pour puddles and all sorts.
Oh, yeah. Gloss varnish, or if you've got some UV resin, you can pour that into a little pit.
That'll make your do it.
Put a little bit of yellowy, greeny, tiny dot of yellowy, greeny colour of like ink in there, and it'll give it that kind of
there you go. Ted's got a set there.
Yeah, I've got a set which has been lying around for quite a bit.
They've all leaked.
But this has got fresh mud and dark mud and a dark earth pigment, so you can use your pigments to build up. And then you finish it off with the whatever type of.
I think AK do great big pots of it though as well. If you're doing like a big
I've got some sand.
You can
around.
make your own with a bit of birdcage sand and some Mod Podge. And then put a little bit of brown artist's paint in there, artist's acrylic out of a tube. Darken it up to your preferred depth, or just airbrush it when it's gone off.
Yeah, they do this one. This is sand, but you can get it in different sort of finishes. So you can get mud and things like that. So
I mean, I tend to use, like I say, the dirt, the grasses and things like that, and I just airbrush the whole lot black, and then I go around and put my own colour in. That way, you just get
shades of
you can get your different shades and that, you know. So,
you can also use, if you want to, although it doesn't look like mud, but you can use actual real soil if you want, like dirt and soil.
From
if
your
you go,
garden.
if you go and watch my diorama about the Imperial Skitter, it's on this channel, on the eModels channel. I made a diorama with actual earth from the garden. You have to bake it, and then you have to glue it in place. But then you could spray over that with gloss varnish and make it shiny, and other products. If you've got a big diorama you want to cover, and you don't want to, have a big pot of stuff. This is nice. Cheers for that, guys. Right, while we're waiting, do you want to do a factoid anyway?
I don't mind, mate. I was just putting it out for the chat.
Nobody said anything, but should we just
I'm
decide
back
for
painting now, so...
Oh, okay. Well, shall I do my...
do your thing, mate. You carry on yattering, mate. Go for it.
I'm just thinking I'll get it while I can't do anything else, if you're painting again.
Dude, carry on.
Okay. Right, where's my thing? Let me switch the screen up. So we'll do the what's in store. If you remember, we don't go through a theme anymore. It's just we look at what's new in store, and we try and tease you with all the good things. If I go a bit quiet, I'll have to move my microphone because I've got to turn around, haven't I? Let me move my microphone around a bit. Right. So hopefully you can hear me okay. Right. So we'll just whiz through these fairly quickly. I've just picked a random selection of new things in the store to have a look at. Now, of course, we don't know how many of these are in stock, if they've got 1 or 1,000. So if any of these tickle your fancy,
slap it in your basket.
Yeah, and don't forget,
it's not yours until you check it out.
Yeah, so if you really want one of these things that we go through, get it in and get it paid for. Because if there's only one in stock and somebody else pays for it first, you've lost out. So we start off with a cute little spud. We've got the Tacom 135th Flak Panzer Kugelblitz, which is totally adorable. It's an anti-aircraft tank.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a cut and shut, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a spud, isn't it? It says it's self-propelled anti-aircraft gun from World War II on a chassis of a Czechoslovakian Panzer 38T tank. Featured an open-top turret armed with dual 30mm Mk103 autocannons. That always sounds autocannon. Sounds very sci-fi, doesn't it?
Only a handful of prototypes are completed, so yeah. Well,
yeah. So yeah, it looks like it's like a tiger. They've taken half the wheels out, so it's kind of adorable. I quite like that. So that's the Tacom 135th Flak Panzer 38T Kugelblitz Ball Lightning or Lightning Storm.
quite good stuff, Tacom.
I put Kugelblitz through the Google Translate and it says it's Bullet Lightning, but they call it Ball Lightning. Next up, we have, for the shiny car people, we have the Revell 124th VW T1 panel van Golf decoration.
That's nice.
So it's a classic Volkswagen van. You can't go wrong with a Volkswagen bus, basically, but it's the panel van version.
And there's that many, it comes as a Golf delivery, but yeah, there's that many variations and types. Yeah. You do anything you want. Make it a hippie bus.
Hippie bus.
The Scooby-Doo bus.
That could be the real one, or it could just be a very nice CGI picture. I don't know. Always reminds me of the Lost and the Dharma Initiative's vans, but hey, I'm showing my age now. But yeah, there you go. So let's have a look. Masterpiece in miniature format. It's the iconic VW T1 transporter from the 1950s in legendary Gulf oil livery. 125 parts. It's got movable side doors, rotating wheels, detailed construction, and high quality decals for authentic Gulf decoration. And you get to use VW Gulf Blue, which is a lovely colour. And
strangely, it's a level 5.
Yeah, so it's got lots of detail and bits to build. And strangely, for Revell, it's actually got a really well painted box art model as well.
Well, you must be getting somebody else in and do the painting.
They're growing up so fast, aren't they, Ted? I'm filling up now. I'm so proud. There we go. Let's have a look.
LDM says just don't make it a free candy panel van.
Yeah. Right. Next up, we have the ICM 135th Cossack 2 State Border Guard Service of Ukraine, which is the enormous. I love these kind of vehicles. The enormous. It's not really an MRAP, is it? I don't know what you call it. It's that kind of vehicle. Enormous.
Very similar to the American thing. What Coyote or something, is it? Or,
yeah, and the Australian one, which I can't remember the name of either.
Yeah, sure, somebody will tell us. But
Yeah.
it looks based on something. But
I do like these kind of vehicles. They're very apocalyptic survival type vehicles, aren't they?
Yeah. Paint it in black and put some skulls and things on it. And
Oh yeah, give me ideas now. Now, if you don't know, ICM are really, really good. They make awesome models, and this is a new tooling. I think it's only about, it's due in April actually, so it's due any time now. So it's up for a pre-order. Includes the dreaded Devil's Metal. Sorry, Carl.
that would look great with some sort of accessories hanging on the sides and.
Oh yeah.
As you said.
A good dirtied, weathered scheme. That'd be very nice. Doesn't seem to have too much photo etches. Doesn't really say how much. It talks about the actual rear vehicle though, not the actual model. But yeah, you should have a lot of fun building that. Something about modern armour is sometimes quite interesting.
Yeah.
So that's the ICM 135th Cossack 2 State Border Guard Service of Ukraine.
What was that? What was that you did with your striker? What that was from a video game, wasn't it?
I built a TACOM 135th Striker to look like the Striker from Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. To look like the guy whose name I can't remember, that's the one that sells all the guns, Drebin. He drives around in a Striker. And I kind of made it look like that.
I'm sure similar to this will feature in other video games and things.
Oh, probably. I had some decals made for it that were actually terrible, and I'll never buy them from that person again. Right, next up, another 135th we have. This is more up your street, Ted. It's the 135th BM1316 on Watt 8 chassis. I don't know what any of that means.
I don't know what is either. But
Oh, you just said it, didn't you? Did you just sit there quietly for 20 minutes and then just say chassis?
No, I was detail painting a figure, mate.
I know.
And with my shakes, I have to focus.
I know. Just jumping in.
It could be there. World of Tanks. That's a video game.
I don't know. I think it's a 1950s thing because it's a rocket system.
It certainly looks something like something from D-Day or something. Launcher.
It just says, it keeps saying it's a Watt 8 chassis with the firepower of the BM1316 rocket launcher. It looks kind of British. It's got that kind of derpiness that suggests it might have been British, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'm
guessing it's post-war.
It looks very sort of Dad's Amish, doesn't it? Like
it's got that kind of end of the war or 1950s sort of era. I don't know. Use around the world.
Yeah. It could be something Russian.
It doesn't actually say anything on it at all.
Yeah, we could have provided the chassis maybe and the Russian build on top.
32mm. It says used all around the world.
Yeah, so the BM1316 sounds a bit Russian. Well, the people in chat will know better than us.
Yeah, people in chat, let us know. The bobbin says something. I'm not going to read it out. Next up, we have the Mini Art 148 P47D 30RA Thunderbolt Advanced Kit.
Yeah.
This is rather
looks like all the bits have fell off it.
Yeah, that's because I probably had it in it. I don't maintain my cars very well at all.
Yeah,
turned the engine on, the cowling fell off.
It came into land and all the bits fell off.
Yeah, we was trying to take off with his air brakes up. That's why. So it does have the Devil's Metal. Sorry, Cole. Did you clench a bit then?
I did.
Yeah. And it looks like a really cool kit. Let me have a look at the picture.
It's 148.
Yeah. It's 148, so it's a nice big model. It's got
nice compact size. A lot of detail for such a small size.
Oh yeah. But it's got you can have the engine cowling off. You can have it off if you want. Moving on. You can have.
But
look at that. You can see all the bits under look at that tiny little bits of hose piping with the photo etch.
what the? Yeah, that's not for me. Yeah, Scale Modeling Chaos says the BM-13 is the Russian Katyusha rocket launcher system.
Ah, there you go.
There we go.
Yes, it looks super detailed. There's like incredibly tiny bits of like photo etch on the propeller nozzle there, the pointy bit at the front, whatever you call that, the spinner. That's the word. Let's have a look to tell about the kit. It says so. It's an advanced kit. So it's got tons. Look at the detail on that for a 148. That's incredible.
For a 148, that's a lot of detail in that.
You got all your ammunition in the wing area there. You got all the metal paneling. Even the hinge of that is metal. Is photo etch. So that's definitely one for you aircraft freaks out there.
Oh yeah.
Mini Art Airplanes series. I never would have guessed that.
As we said, the people in chat know things a lot better than us. Anders said that truck that you just had on was British Fordson, WOT, War Office type or truck.
Okay.
According to Wiki, anyway. So,
all right. So it's either Russian or British.
Yeah. So
I kind of thought it was British because it had that derpy kind of British.
So we're guessing probably that we'd supplied the truck and the Russians built whatever they wanted onto it.
Well, yeah. Big fighter, much larger than a Spitfire, says the bobbins for this one. So that does look like a lovely build. You even got a photo etch for the fins on the bombs. So it's the Mini Art 148 P47D30RA. They really should have come up with a better name for these planes, shouldn't they?
Oh yeah.
Thunderbolt Advanced Kit. Not your grandfather's advanced kit, it's your new advanced kit. Now, next one is a little bit niche, but if you've ever bought one of these models and really hated the fact you get a driver and that's it, you can now have all the dudes to put in your German half-track.
All the dudes, so many
all the dudes, and they all look really, really grumpy. Because they all wanted the feld cap and they didn't get the feld cap. They got the peakless cap and that's boring.
Yeah.
They all wanted the Feldmutzer with the little peak because that looks much better.
It's all the ones in the back are looking really grumpy because they wanted to sit next to the driver.
The guy in the bottom, in the right hand side at the back is going, "Oh look, dog!" Or something.
Yeah, that one at the back hasn't even got his rifle.
No, he's like. But yes, if you've ever bought a half-track kit, and you never get guys with it, you get like a dude and maybe 2 passengers, and it's like, come on, there's like 100 seats in this thing, not literally 100. But now you can finally get dudes in all round. I think that guy's actually asleep.
I think, is that one gone? Is he gone to sleep?
I think so. Either that or he's drunk or something. Well, you got all these dudes in different poses, and you can finally make your German half-track or Horch. I mean, it'd work on any 135th German bench seat vehicle like a Horch or a half-track or anything like that.
That one on the back seat, Jeff definitely thinking, join the army, he said. See the world, he said.
Yeah.
What, like a Roman in Asterix?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they're good for any German vehicle with bench seats or any vehicle at all. If you need a load of dudes sitting in a vehicle, look at the size of that steering wheel there. Oh, look at that.
Yes, steering wheel used to get in an Austin Mini, isn't it?
Yeah, that's bigger than the steering wheel I had in my Land Rover, and I love things like that. You also get lots of accessories. I'll come out of this for you. You also get lots of accessories as well. You get you get some of the grenade packs, the gas canister, the gas mask canister, the rifles, Kar 98s and holsters and helmets and stuff. So lots of accessories. But if you need seated German World War II figures with the boring hats, not the interesting hats, there you go. That's your one. Next up. Now, I can't talk about this because I haven't got a clue. But it's the BMAX 112 Lotus 99T Senna Monaco Grand Prix 87
Senna's
win.
Lotus, yeah. Back from the era of the good old British hedonista Colin Chapman, folks. And this is the late great Ayrton Senna's Lotus that he run around Monaco. There's a YouTube video on there of him doing a lap in this. Bearing in mind, back in this era, the cars were 3 pedals and a manual gear change. There was something like 1,100 gear changes that he done. and it was fascinating to watch.
That was the era when drivers were actually drivers, and they had to drive a racing car to win, and it wasn't done by computer. And
exactly, it wasn't a PlayStation console steering wheel, was it? It's man and machine in perfect harmony, and go and watch it, folks. And it's a beautiful car. It's an iconic car, and it is that yellow that makes it for me. It's just perfect.
You can see here it's a big model, but it's obviously a prestige display piece. You can remove the cowling.
Yes,
the entire interior. Now this does come. There is separate to this a detail up set, which I haven't checked to see if that's in stock. So you'd have to make sure ask the guys at eModels if you want the detail up set.
Sarah Jane's in chat, and we all know Sarah's big into racing cars and things.
She's got this one.
She said she's got this, and it's lovely.
Yeah,
and you have to say they're really channeling Tamiya with that box design. Really are channeling Tamiya. But look at that detail on the engine.
It's just beautiful. You know,
lovely.
And that was it. You opened the bonnet as such, or took the top off, and the engine. That's all it was. Engine and a driver. No telemetric engineering.
No halo.
Halo. It says the kit requires paint and glue to finish, of course, and some additional parts such as photo etch parts are sold separately. But that's the Lotus up detail up parts, which, as I say, if it's not in stock, because I didn't check, if it's not in stock, ask the guys at eModels, they can get it for you. But it might be in stock. I'm sure it should be.
Dave Cabard says if you ever did the race car, it'd have to be the 6-wheeler. I remember that one. There was the
Tyrrell.
Was that the Tyrrell or something?
Yeah, the Tyrrell.
P34, isn't it?
I wonder if the 6 wheels actually gave them an advantage for the extra weight. I don't know. They must have thought it did. So there you go. That is one for the pointy car lovers out there for you. The BMAX 112 Lotus 1990 Santa Monica Grand Prix 87 winner. Not including extra detail up kit, which is sold separately.
1987. Gosh.
I was
1987. That's so long ago.
I know.
I was undergoing very questionable clothing choices back then. Wow.
Back then, golden, weren't it?
I see what you did there. Right, so that's everything. So I'll quickly whiz through them again in case you want any of these tickle your fancy. Make a quick note of the number if you haven't put it in your thing already. This one, of course, is #12001. We have the little Spud tank of the Tacom 135th Flank Panzer 38T Kugelblitz, which is 02179. Write these numbers down. The Revell 124th VW T1 panel van Gulf decoration 07726. You've got the Cossack 2 State Border Guard Service of Ukraine big thing. That's 35016. The 135th bizarre, nobody quite knows what it is, rocket launching truck.
Yeah.
The BM 1316 on what 8? What? 03338. And of course the Thunderbolt Advanced Kit 48029. And then last of all, German seated vehicle dudes 6671. So there you go. That's all the goodly what's in stores for tonight. Remember, it's not yours until you check it out. And if any of them do tickle your fancy, get them in your basket and get them sorted quick, because there might only be one in stock for all we know. Who can say?
And if you want to see what else is new in store, there's loads. Go across and have a look at the whole
I'm going to
page.
step away for a moment, but I will be back in a minute.
Yeah.
No worries. It's not yours till you check it out, folks.
So, in 1987, it was 28-inch jeans still fitted. I doubt we could get one leg in them nowadays, says Dave.
No.
Yeah. I was still building submarines in 1987.
Oh, was you really? Of course, I forgot. Yeah, you worked up at the shipyard, didn't you?
Yeah. That was before I joined. That was before I joined up.
What was that? Valiant class? Vanguard class, is it?
God, can't remember. We were starting to build, or we were building the shed to build not the dreadnoughts, the Vanguards. Yeah.
Yeah, the Vanguards.
Trident.
The Trident submarines. Yeah. Fair play, Ted.
So we just starting to build them, and now they're being sort of
they've been replaced, aren't they? The new variants coming out.
they're almost out of service.
Yeah. Is it Valiant replacing the Vanguard, or is it the other way round? I can't remember, but
Vanguard was the first one, and then it'll be Dreadnought. Yeah, we're starting now working on Dreadnought.
Yeah,
which will replace the
they're about a third longer even still, aren't they? They're outside ship.
It's going to be huge. Yeah, it's going to be big. So a lot of work, and we're building for the going to build for the Australians as well.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be a lot.
Is it us, the French, and the Aussies? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
Like I say, it's going back to the old deterrent days, isn't it?
The what? Sorry.
It's going back to the old Cold War deterrent days, isn't it? Really, up in the submarine ranges and all of that. But
it always has been. It's no, even though they said the Cold War's finished, but we're probably getting too much.
Well, I mean, what are they now? 30, 40 years old, so they've served their life.
Yeah, well, Princess Diana launched the first one.
That's right. Yeah.
So 4 years.
But she passed in 94, didn't she? So yeah.
Yeah.
Was it 94 or was it 97? I can't remember. But
I'm just useless with dates.
Yeah.
Sarah Jane was on about that car. Satoru Nakajima was Senna's teammate. Doubt anyone will build his car.
You'd have to do a variant, wouldn't you? It's like when I did the Suzuki for eModels. I did it as Sylvain Guintoli, the test rider, because everyone's got to do the championship bike. So I thought I'd be different.
You tend to think that all these sort of people that raced and they don't, because they're not in the news all the time, they get forgotten about.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I had no interest in Formula One at all, but for some reason, I have this memory that every time I accidentally watched Formula One, Nakajima was crashing into the sidewall every time. I get this impression it was something he did a lot of.
I think it was about that time when I took an interest in Formula One because it was real drivers. So that was the era of
manual gearboxes, Ted, wasn't it?
Not Alan. What was the guy called from the Isle of Man?
Nigel Mansell.
Nigel Mansell. No, that was his era as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Captain Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always someone else's fault, wasn't it?
Yeah. I love the fact he's like, for such an exciting sport, and he was like one of the most boring human beings to interview ever.
There's a Top Gear or Grand Tour program where they do a tour of Eastern Europe. You've got to watch it, folks, because in Krakow they go into a waxworks and they actually make it away with a Nigel Mansell racing waxwork. And,
that's right.
You've just got to watch it. It is comedy gold, folks.
Dave Cardboard says something and retracts it, but I don't know what he said.
No worries, Dave.
Still waiting for this to dry.
Iconic age of F1 back then. Some very talented folks.
Every time I pick this up, there's little spikes on this bit of rock here, and every time I pick it up, it stabs me. There's like spikes on three sides. They're really, really sharp.
You're a little spike.
Games Workshop have this ability to make spikes on things that really actually pierce your skin quite painfully.
I haven't really done a lot tonight. I've sort of been messing around and really achieved nothing. But,
yeah, I've been detailing some of the figures, and that's about it, really.
I've done a wash. Yeah. Sometimes that's how model making goes. Sometimes you can do a lot of things in an hour, and sometimes you just do one thing, and you take your time, you enjoy it, and it takes a while.
We've got to that point. We're all at the fettling and finagling stage on stuff, aren't we? So.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just I'm that slow.
Close enough to focus.
Yeah.
I've made my little flashing warning beacon.
Oh, nice one, mate.
It's nothing, but it'll look the part.
It's progress.
If I don't lose it by next week.
Yeah, that's a tricky bit. Put it in a spare little pot of something.
Yeah. Elderly Modelling says, ironic, Nigel Mansell drove like a lunatic for a living and was a special constable giving out speeding tickets for a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's many speeding tickets issued in the Isle of Man, especially on the mountain roads.
Can you imagine getting pulled over by Nigel Mansell for speeding? You'd be like, oh, really?
You would want it to be someone else because you just know the conversation would be, hello, I used to be a Formula One driver, you know.
Plus the irony that every time, the classic thing is a policeman pulling someone over saying, all right, Mr. Mansell, when you've been speeding.
Yeah, who do you think you are?
Nigel Mansell, well, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, can you imagine pulling him over? It wouldn't be... Who do you think you are? Oh, you are.
Yeah, be like, yeah. Right. You have got to know what colour's the bobble on his hat. I can't see it.
It's like, imagine being a comedian and getting pulled over and the policeman saying, oh, you think you're a comedian, do you, sir? Actually, yes.
Yeah, that is the job. Yeah.
Yeah, actually. Nigel Mansell comes from Birmingham, so he's naturally boring, says Sarah Jane.
Paul D. Tommaso's in saying hello, Paul. Long time no see, mate. Love to you and Don. I hope you're both keeping well.
Do they have Brummie accents in the Isle of Man? Well, if there's a Brummie there. I can hear the fox cubs in the garden making little squiggly noises.
Oh, bless them.
I think. Or it could be Mrs. Fox making squiggly noises to Mr. Fox, in which case it might get noisy later. There's no way to know.
You never know.
Did Fox say he's had a wash? Is that time of year again, says Sashi. Yeah. Once every 6 months, if I must. Anders Ericsson says, time for me to find my bed now. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.
Talar Anders, thank you for keeping us
you,
company,
Anders.
mate.
Yeah.
I just noticed time is getting on as well, so won't be here much longer.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find something now on an old sprue that I can mount this.
Sarah Jane says, Senna got pulled over for speeding in England and the copper said, who do you think you are, Nigel Mansell?
Such a sad loss.
Right enough yet? Well, I can just avoid dry brushing that bit, can't I? Right. So I need some iron rack skin. That's deepkin flesh. That's not the one I wanted. What colours do I need? Let me consult my written notes. I actually wrote notes on this kit, on this build.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
I've planned a paint job and everything with writing, words on a page.
Look at you. That's why you're a guru, you know.
No, it's because I'm just useless at remembering stuff. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I keep forgetting to paint things with that colour. Let's colour your deep shades. Black Templar.
Beginning to come together. Quite nice.
Ooh. What's really confusing me is on my big screen, I've actually got a screen like the last video we did paused, so I keep looking at that and thinking, why you guys aren't moving?
Spud.
I know. I've got you on the little screen on the other side. Right, he needs that on his spear. And I did have to carry out a repair after last week's show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the little skink who stands on the throne, his spear snapped off. You might see it there.
Yeah.
Spear snapped off there. So I had to super glue it back on, and I've reinforced it with a bit of easy line to look like bindings. And given the kind of nature of these figures as being all like Aztec stuff, it kind of fits.
You'd be lost without easy line, wouldn't you?
I know.
It is man's best friend, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It is. And there's a few bits where I'd forgotten to fill in little gaps in the circles. So again, I got some easy line and wrapped it around. It's like ropes and tethers and stuff.
Easy line, lovely stuff, brilliant.
It's just the best, isn't it?
So that's Valtteri.
See if I can get James to get some in store for everyone. It's hard to get hold of anyway, never mind.
They do have some easy line. I think Ammo make it.
They've got the ammo stuff, but it's only like about 3 meters.
Yeah,
You need like
However,
about 30 foot.
Yeah, the stuff that they do have is it's really thin. It's not like the 1 mil stuff that I use for the submarine.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll have put a suggestion to James and see if he can get some in. Because it's good stuff. It's just hard to get hold of for some reason. Right. Dry brushing time. Let's dry brush. Because it is dry brushing now.
Pop that in there. Right. What have we got?
I actually read my notes and then instantly forgot them. Dry brush.
These. Yeah, he's got to have his straps done, so let's get them done.
Okay.
Right, so that's Bob Hoskins' mate.
Hey, really?
Sorted
I'm Bob
Bob.
Hoskins' mate. Okay.
Haven't sorted Bob himself out yet. I will.
That's deep cut flesh. That's not even the right colour, you dingus. Dingus.
We've got Ted with the milk crate. Skipper. Right.
Skipper. Right.
Right. Churn Man has got the blue and red. The silver churn, yeah.
Can't go wrong with a bit of Ted.
Could do with another coat.
Oh, it's going on in chat. Sarah Jane said it's 30 years since we lost Senna.
Yeah, 30 years, Sarah Jane. It's shocking, isn't it?
Wow.
Ellen was expecting Lex at the time, and yeah. It was, what, a good couple of years before I watched F1 again after, because, yeah, didn't expect Senna to be killed, did we? Let's be
I've never
honest.
seen it on telly.
Very tragic weekend, because obviously we lost Roland Ratzenberger. You had Barrichello with a bad crash and a fella in the pit lane. It was one of them weekends that, yeah, everything that could go wrong went wrong. And, yeah. Sid Watkins was adamant that Senna shouldn't have raced because he was proper affected with the death of Roland Ratzenberger the day before, and it was so sad. I can't actually watch the race at all. I know there's YouTube videos online where you can go and see it all, but
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
no, it's just tragic. And don't get me wrong, you know, I know other drivers have sadly been lost, but me personally, I grew up with the Senna, Mansell, Lauder, Hunt, you know, that sort of era. And they were the drivers that you had the posters on the wall of, wasn't it? And
Yep.
Yeah, they were the personalities, you know. At one time, like the era of James Hunt,
yes,
people like that. All the racing drivers, they were all heroes. Weren't
national icons, weren't they, Ted?
they? Yeah.
Yep.
You know, Hunt and Barry Sheen were notorious for mischief making, weren't they?
Ted's a national icon.
Ted is. That moustache, mate, that should be on the 4th plinth in Trafalgar Square, mate.
Oh, yeah. The Ted plinth.
Yeah. You know, Ted is the only bloke I know who walks around with one of those disguise kits that you saw in the shop in the 70s. He's actually got it permanently because he's got the glasses and the moustache. And I think they modelled that disguise kit on Ted myself.
Yeah.
Yep. So true.
I think Ted should get royalties for that.
Yeah.
He's not got the big pink nose. I mean, yeah, let's be honest. He's not got that.
No, but as moustaches go, it's up there, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
It's like, let's not forget, of course, that game, whatever it was called, where you have to flip down the cards of all the different faces to figure out who it was that was the...
Yeah.
That guy with the moustache, that was modelled on Ted.
Absolutely. So was Mr. Potato Head.
Yep. Mr. Potato Ted.
Yeah, see what he did there. I see what you did.
See it.
Point.
Good.
Yeah, that's 100 XP for that bad boy.
Cool. 10 gamer score.
Called Burgundy. Oh, that's a nice shade.
You've discovered the joy of gamer score, haven't you, Cole?
That would be an ecumenical matter. See what I did?
I see what you did.
Little bit of you just went, oh, bless. It did, didn't it? He was like, yeah. No, I've been a very good boy. Right, we'll do a bit more of that. Did I do the straps on his?
Do your straps. Have you put the straps on your meat? Wait, what?
I've got to redo the straps, so that's what that's for. So we'll do them. Oh, I'm not going to knock on flying car. Stretch too far because you might do your accordion effect.
Oh, yeah. Never forget your meat straps.
Don't forget we got to do the giveaway, dude.
Yep. Do that before we go shortly.
Is it a school night for you, Ted?
It is, yes. Not many more left, but
Nope.
I shall be.
We'll be mindful of that because it is a school night for our friend Tedward.
Yes, we shall do that momentarily.
These are two colours I finish off with. But, it's gone reasonably well. I've did a bit on Foxx's moustache.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking rather
Blow my nose.
rather butchery, isn't he?
Yeah. I do love that apron though. You've done the bee's knees on that.
It's coming well. I've just done the green one just now. That's had a couple of shades put on it.
Yeah.
There you go. He started having these shades put on. The greens of that one.
Very nice.
We got a base layer of the first shade down on him with his dungarees and his t-shirt. So I've got to do the straps.
Dungarees.
We got Ted. He up, right
Ted.
up there and all of that. You like that?
His barrel of gin.
Yeah, there you go. Bit of Tedward. Probably not seeing that as you should on screen. So yeah, it's coming along.
Awesome.
I'm happy. It's getting there
You done on
slowly.
yours, Ted? How are yours coming along?
Well, yeah, I've not, as I say, I've not done a lot tonight. I've cleared all. If my camera doesn't take it out of focus, I've back cleared a lot of this weathering off and just left it sort of dusty. I think I'm going to have another go at it with the
Concrete, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have a go with the Humbrol dust wash. I'll use that with an airbrush. I have managed to complete, if it comes back into focus, the warning beacon on here because it's missing. Yeah, if you look at any UK, well, particularly in the UK, any UK plant, they've all got warning beacons on. So
yeah.
I've built some of that. I've just pulled it off a hose pipe. I don't know where that comes from, but hey. Yeah, so we've done that, and yeah, loads more scope yet for some more weathering.
It's looking good, Ted. It's coming along nicely, mate.
Camera's playing up a little bit tonight, but there we go. Well, here we are. That's it. Yeah, so loads more to do. Yeah, I can see where all these pipes are coming off now, I think.
Awesome.
And it's good for you because it's got you back at the bench, mate, isn't it? So
yeah,
I'll find it. Yeah, I'll find it. It'll come back. Yeah, I'm leaving the masking on at the for the time being. You'll see. You can work out what that is. I'm sure.
yeah.
leaving it on for safety purposes.
I just don't know where this piece of pipe's come from. There we go.
I am sure it'll be revealed at some point, mate.
That's the classic trait of British engineering. You have a bit of pipe, you don't know where it goes, what it does.
I might just chuck it in a bin and nobody will ever know any different.
Exactly.
I certainly didn't hear you say anything about a bit of pipe. Did you, Colin?
No, we never streamed this live on air, mate.
Nope.
Oh, right. I've just discovered where it's come from, and no way am I going to get that back in there.
Battle
unnecessary
damage.
technology.
It's on its way back to the maintenance shed to have that bit of pipe replaced, Ted.
Yeah, everybody's down tools. I'm waiting for the maintenance.
Yeah.
The hydraulics man to turn up in his van.
Have you got a spare figure that can be carrying the bit of pipe away so it looks like he's just wicked it off the truck?
It could be arranged.
Yeah. Say genius, Ted. Say, I knew
Adapt
you were
and
Skipper
overcome.
Ted
That's
for
the
a
trick.
reason.
Yeah, adapt and overcome. Right, on mine, I have done very little tonight because I've not been able to. I've just literally added some Black Templar washing to the end of these broken parts of the outer ring, so they always go from dark to light. And I'm just going over it with a dry brush of iron rack skin now, and I'll do an iron rack skin dry brush over the whole of the throne. I'll do that a bit later. And then next week, I'll have to start blocking in, I think, the jade and some of the other bits and bobs.
Oh, nice one.
So these rings are pretty much... Oh, no, I've got all the gold to do as well. I've got all the gold to do on them, because there's loads of gold bits on these rings. They look a bit like weird at the minute, but once they've got all the gold painted on, they look much more uniform. So that's what I've been doing tonight, is a glaze of dark and then a dry brush of the light. And that's kind of it, really.
Nice one, mate.
Just taking me an hour and a half, but that's how it goes sometimes.
You speed painting?
Yeah,
I did. So
pretty fast
there.
for me. That's it. Cowbag. That's what he did there.
Yeah, you're
But
clearly
that's what I've
ill,
done.
mate.
Yes. So without further ado, what I shall do is put that brush down, and I shall press some buttons, and we'll do the giveaway. So if you haven't gone on to the previous episode video, which was show 285, this is show 286. You want to go back to show 285? I think this is show 286, which was the 11th of March. I want to do a screen share. Present. Share screen. Window. So that was the previous show, show 285. If you haven't added a comment yet, you've got a few seconds to do so, because we're going to pull a random comment off that video. At the moment, it shows... it shows 13 comments, but there'll probably be a couple more when I just take them a moment to randomly get this up. Doesn't matter what the comment is right now anymore. Just put, as long as it's family friendly, put a comment on there. I shall get the URL. Now, don't forget, of course, we don't know what the prize is. This is the beauty of these. James has got a big box full of stuff to give away, and he'll just pick one out at random. So we will never know what it is. So if you win, when you get your prize, make sure to go on the new Facebook eModels groups, Scale Model Addicts with an S on the end, facebook.com/groups/Scale Model Addicts, and put a picture of what your prize was. Otherwise, we'll never know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
James's big brand tub at eModels.
Yeah. So it could be a pair of socks. It could be a £500, I don't know, car kit. It could be half a tube of glue. It could be a slightly used coffee cup. It could be anything. It's whatever's
One of
fallen
us
into
with
that.
a suitcase coming to spend a week with you.
Yeah, could be. Fester will bring his gold lame shorts. And I think the brand tub.
Possibility that the hot pants may be produced.
Yeah, I think the brand tub's at the end of the bench as well, where they wrap all the parcels. So you might get some offcuts of tape and paper, and occasionally a kit might fall in there by accident. I don't think the big door will be in there though.
No.
I think that's still installed, by the way. So go and check that out. Right, that's enough time for you to add some comments. So let's go to the random YouTube comment picker, so we can pick a YouTube comment at random from YouTube, randomly. We shall have first duplicate users. We shall do the one winner and random names. And what's 8 plus 2? 8 plus 2.
111 to 12.
100. M. Okay, I just said M and typed K. I can't even do letters, never mind numbers. Right, so let's get the YouTube comments. There was something went wrong. Do that again. Did this last time, didn't it? Oops. 6. Okay, let's not use that YouTube comment picker. Sigh. We've got a different random YouTube comment picker. Let's reload it.
Following code 5.
See if that works. There we go. Amount of unique comments, 16. So, are you ready? If you've not put a
Go
comment on
for
now,
it.
you're SO. 3, 2, 1. Redlen. Oh, you get fireworks. Redlen 08 is the winner. A random prize winning random comment.
Cool.
Congrats
There
to
you go.
Red Len.
Yeah, Redlen, you've won yourself something. We can't give you the reference number because we don't know what it is. So well done. All you need to do is send an email to the address that's on the screen, the ted@eModels.co.uk, and just put in the title that you've won the random giveaway, and you will need your name, your address, and your phone number for the delivery driver because they always want a phone number.
Absolutely.
And we'll get something sent out to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As soon as you can.
bung a picture of what you got in the Facebook group.
Yep. Note, value of the prize may vary from time to time. So yeah, well done, Redland. We look forward to seeing what you've actually won. I love this idea that we've got no idea what it is.
It's brilliant, isn't it? I'll put the link in the chat as well for the Facebook group. There you go.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
You just got to remember, whatever it is, you've got to keep it. You can't send it back.
No,
Yeah.
can't send it back because it's freebie. You can build it and paint it. You can burn it. You can use it as a dish for your dinner. You can sell it. You can do what you want with it. But it's a freebie,
Cool.
so make the most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As H said on our wedding day, I've now sentenced myself to life without parole. Right.
Yeah.
You got me now, you got to put up with me for life, love.
Yeah. Remember, Festa's not just for Christmas.
Exactly.
Anyway, it's time I was in bed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got to be up
Are you
early
drooping,
in the morning.
Ted?
So there you go, folks.
I can't handle it anymore. I need to do. I'm usually in bed by 7 o'clock.
Oh, bless you.
It means he's not had a gin for at least 2 hours.
Absolutely. Rightio, folks. Me and Fox will be back on this channel Wednesday at 9 p.m. for continuing what we're doing now, basically.
Crack on with that again on Wednesday.
Yeah. So we'll be back on Wednesday. In the meantime, head over to eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for all your model making needs and all your God-hand needs as well, folks. Yes. And if you're watching this back, Redlen, just email ted@eModels.co.uk and let them know that you're tonight's winner, mate.
Yep.
A big thanks to everyone in the chat that's come and kept us company. We're going to wrap up because poor old Ted really needs to go to bed, folks. Bye-bye for now.
Take care, everyone.
Good night,
Adios, amigos.
everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.